Hi everyone, welcome to NetGate Chemistry. So now moving ahead with the topic of stereoisomerism in coordination chemistry. Today we are going to study the case of tetrahedral complexes having bidentate ligands. So here, before starting with all the types of complexes, here what I'm going to do is I will show bidentate ligand like this. A, right? So these are basically AA are representing the donating sites of the ligand, right? So first complex which I'm going to discuss is MAA. This is the bidentate ligand, and BC, right? So how I'm going to draw it? It will be M AA like this. It will be attached like this. It is a bidentate ligand, that's why. Okay, and B and C will be here and here. Okay, so here what you're going to observe is that if by chance I change one of the positions, so what you know is in tetrahedral complexes all of these four positions are at same angle, 109 degree 28 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change one of the positions. So what I'm going to do is it will be like this. After changing the position, suppose I'm changing the position of this A here, and ligand is like this, B and C, right? So what is happening is basically the orientation is changing, right? The orientation of this bidentate ligand is changing, but overall there is no change of bond angle if you analyze it in 3 dimensions. So what is happening here is there is no change in the bond angle, right? Only what is happening here, these two donating sites were in the plane, right, having 109 degree approximately angle, and here the other donor, the second site, is above the plane, but still here also the angle is 109 degree 28 minutes if you analyze it in 3 dimensions, right? So here there is no change in bond angle, so definitely here there will be no geometrical isomerism. Okay, now geometrical isomerism is clear. Now we'll move on to the optical isomerism. Now for optical isomerism you have to look for the plane of symmetry, right? This is what we have to do. We have to look for the plane of symmetry. So you can pass a plane from here to here, right? From M, B and C. Basically, to look for plane of symmetry, what you have to do is you don't have to pass the plane through the similar type of ligands. You have to pass the plane through different ligands and see whether the other ligands through which the plane is not passing, are they reflecting each other or not. So here they will be reflecting each other, right? These two donating sites of the bidentate ligand will be reflecting each other if I pass a plane from here, right? Basically it is in 3 dimension. I hope you are able to get it right now. So right now I'm trying to show you like this. So what happens here, these two are the sites for the bidentate ligand. Okay, these are attached. I'm not able to show this attachment, but they are attached. Okay, this is C and this is B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass a plane through these two and the metal. Okay, so how I can do that, I can flip it over like this. I can show you like this, right? And what happens now, if I pass a plane through these two, then what happens, this and this will reflect. Okay, although they are attached, they are going to reflect, right? Or you can say this plane will divide this molecule into 2 equal halves. So this is how plane of symmetry is present, right? So if POS is present, compound is optically inactive and having no enantiomeric pair. So this is the first compound. So these are not going to show geometrical isomerism and they are having plane of symmetry, so they are optically inactive, having no enantiomeric pairs. So now with this we'll move on to the second type of compound, and the second compound is MAAB2. Now what happens here, suppose here is the bidentate ligand, here are two B. So what you can do, you can have either plane through this metal and this bidentate ligand. I hope this is clear now, and these two will be reflecting each other, or you can have a plane like this also, right, where these two will be reflecting, these two sides will be reflecting each other. Okay, so here also POS is present, right? So compound is optically inactive, having no enantiomeric pair. Right, now with this we'll move on to the third type of molecule, which can be MAA2. That is, two bidentate ligands are attached, so that will be like this. So here also plane of symmetry is present, right? You can pass a plane through this, right, metal, and these two A, you can pass a plane. So POS is present again. Compound is optically inactive, having no enantiomeric pair, right? Now we'll move on to the fourth type of compound. Now it will be easier for you to understand, right? So now it will be MABC2. Now what I have done is, this is a chelating ligand, but the sites are different. Okay, so now what will happen, remember how to find out plane of symmetry. You have to pass the plane through the different attachments, and the ligands which are similar or same, you don't have to pass plane through them, right? So what you can do is, you can pass plane through these three, right, and these two will reflect each other, right? So here also POS is present. Compound is optically inactive, having no enantiomeric pair. I'm sorry, adjustment was not good. So I hope this is clear. What you have to do, look for the different sites of the ligands and pass a plane through those, and then look for the remaining ligands, are they reflecting each other or not, right? So these two are same, so reflecting each other, and we have passed a plane through this. POS is present. Compound is optically inactive, having no enantiomeric pair. So now we'll move on to the fifth type of compound. So that can be MAB. This is one chelating bidentate ligand, and CD. This is the second bidentate ligand, but attachments are different. So it will be like this. So here you cannot pass any plane, right? So POS is absent. Compound is optically active, having two enantiomeric pairs. Right? So this way you can find out whether the compound is optically active or inactive, right? So these are not having geometrical isomers, right, because there is no change in the bond angle. But if you look for optical isomerism, then how you have to look, through plane of symmetry. If plane of symmetry is present, compound will be optically inactive. If plane of symmetry is absent, compound will be optically active. So this way you have to find out whether the compound is optically active or inactive, right? So the activity will be illustrated using plane of symmetry, right? So I hope this part of tetrahedral complexes having bidentate ligands is clear to you guys. Okay, so this way, by simply looking at the plane of symmetry, you can find out the optical activity of the given compound, right? So till now we have studied these two parts, right? We have done this part initially also, and we have discussed that we are going to do these four major parts. Out of these four major parts. We have done the case of tetrahedral complexes having unidentate ligands and having bidentate ligands. These two parts are done. Now in the coming videos we will be doing the square planar complexes having unidentate ligands and square planar complexes having bidentate ligands. We will study geometrical and optical isomerism in these two categories of complexes, right? So far, if you have any doubts, you can comment down below. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. For understanding the isomerism, you just have to develop your 3D imagination, right? Then things will be very easy for you. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful for you. So far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.